Police officer hired hitman to kill her husband and young daughter. Even when marriages have the best of intentions, they can fall apart. People can evolve and fall out of love despite taking vows and promising till death do us part. What happens, though, when that love evolves into such a powerful hatred that even divorce won't help? Divorce was the beginning of Isaiah Carvalho's new life away from his divorced wife, Linda, a New York City police officer. Isaiah, on the other hand, was about to experience the shock of his life. Linda had planned a terrible end for him. Linda had been plotting with her boyfriend for almost 5 months to hire a hitman to kill both her soon-to-be ex-husband and her new lover's kid. It's impossible to trust this story. A story of corruption, rage, and unadulterated retribution. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell to be inspired by these real-life stories on a daily basis. Now, let's return to the story. Isaiah and Linda married in 2015, expecting to spend the rest of their lives together. Linda worked as a successful police officer, whereas Isaiah worked as a machine operator who also sold pyrotechnics. They seemed like a match made in paradise together. At first, the couple appeared to be in a good mood. Despite the fact that Linda's job was stressful, the newlyweds were able to work through it. Things, however, took a turn for the worst. Linda called it quits 4 years into her marriage and moved on with another man. The result was a tumultuous divorce that included mediation and a protracted custody struggle for their 2 children. Isaiah, on the other hand, believed the situation had resolved itself after 5 months of suffering. Linda had something else in mind. Actually, she devised a devious plan to assassinate Isaiah and her new boyfriend's daughter by hiring a hitman. Linda wanted to start over, and she believed the only way to do it was to get rid of them both. Linda's new boyfriend became entangled in the scam. He adored Linda, but he knew a murder-for-hire scheme would fail. He instantly contacted the FBI after realizing she could use her NYPD authority to make it happen. Following Linda's plans being revealed to the FBI, the boyfriend determined to see how far Linda would go with her preparations. With the aim to capture her in the act, he would be the FBI's eyes and ears. Linda didn't accept no for an answer, despite her boyfriend's protests. She wouldn't let her ex get away with removing her 2 children or humiliating her in court after their custody dispute. As a result, he had to die. Throughout her time with the NYPD, Linda had been exposed to homicides. She knew how killers were apprehended and that hiring someone to do it would be in their best interests. There couldn't be any traces of the murders tracing back to them. The lover couldn't picture his existence without his child. And while he was aware that Linda's divorce had been a shambles, murder sounded excessive. He soon learned, however, that she was hell-bent on killing them. Nothing could persuade her otherwise. Linda's plan was simple. Make her ex-husband's murder appear to be an accident, then have the killer run over her boyfriend's daughter outside of her school. It was like something out of a horror movie for Linda's boyfriend, and when Isaiah learned of the homicidal plot, he was completely taken aback. Mr. Carvalho's lawyer, Matthew Weiss, described the situation as the worst nightmare scenario. Isaiah believes the divorce hit Linda hard. She'd run into trouble with the NYPD in the past, and combined with her marriage troubles, it seemed she'd finally snapped. If only he knew how bad things actually were. Linda was finally ready to act after 5 months of preparing, with the FBI keeping a close eye on the issue. She told her boyfriend to hire the assassin, but she was extremely clear about how he should be compensated. Linda's boyfriend revealed that he was told to take $7,000 out of the bank and buy the same amount in gold coins. This would be the simplest and least traceable method of paying the killer. Linda, on the other hand, used social media to follow her boyfriend's daughter and learn about her daily routine. She needed to be aware of the girl's every move in order for the hitman to complete his job effectively. Everything had to be meticulously arranged in order for the murders to go off without a hitch. Finally, on May 13, 2019, Linda called her boyfriend and requested that they meet to go over the hits in further detail. He met with her while wearing a wire, expecting that the FBI would finally have the proof they needed to bring her down. Following their discussion, the boyfriend told Linda that the murder plot was far too sophisticated and they would undoubtedly be discovered. Linda, on the other hand, informed him that she knew a method to make the murders appear unrelated. The murders, according to Linda, would occur on 2 distinct days. Her ex-husband would be taken out in a ghetto neighborhood, so no one would suspect any wrongdoing. It would be a sad hit and run for his daughter. No one would be able to tell. Following the discussion, the FBI determined that it would be in their best interest to persuade Linda that the killings had truly occurred in order to apprehend her. They asked the boyfriend if he wanted to keep the act going, and he consented. He wished to see this cold-blooded monster put to rest once and for all. The FBI texted Linda, pretending to be her lover, to inform her that her plan had worked. They called her at home and informed her that they were looking into her ex-husband Isaiah's death. They did, however, choose to go a step farther. You won't believe how far they went. The officials also claimed to be the murderer. They gave Linda false crime scene images in hopes of persuading her that the heinous crime had been committed. Fortunately, she fell for the bait. Linda instantly texted her lover with the news, overjoyed that the murder had gone off without a hitch. She wanted to make sure their alibis were in sync so that if they were questioned by the police, there would be no red flags. Linda insisted that her boyfriend, who was actually an FBI agent, delete all of their text message chats. It was critical that they leave no physical evidence that could be used to connect them to the crime. The FBI contacted Linda that afternoon with all the proof they required and detained her. To say Linda was taken aback would be an understatement. Linda had been outwitted by the man she believed to be her true love. Linda was arrested by the NYPD and charged with murder for hire using interstate commerce. The officer's fall from grace was swift. Was it or was it not? Linda appeared to have a history of wrongdoing in her NYPD employment. She worked as a domestic violence officer in the 106th Precinct in Queens after joining the agency in 2007. After exchanging personal material with her boyfriend, she was placed on modified duty. She was also stripped of her right to bear arms. So, what prompted this officer to commit homicide? Although the FBI can't be certain, they believe her troubled love life played a role. She had restraining orders against her first husband, and Isaiah Carvalho was her second husband. Linda's currently being jailed without bail while the inquiry is ongoing. Judge Ann Shields of the United States District Court of the Eastern District of New York observed, "There is very compelling evidence of culpability of the crimes of attempting to have these 2 individuals murdered. We hope that justice is done, and we're grateful that both Isaiah and the innocent girl survived." Love may be risky sometimes. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing it with someone else who might enjoy it as well. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.